You know, we're finally getting into where it's August, this blessed time of the year. Jen and I hunt the opener in Kentucky, and that's, I believe the first day is September 6th. We travel on the 5th. Our anniversary is on September 7th. And guess what? Lions-Packers game that day. So she'll probably be wearing her Packers jersey. I'll be wearing a Lions jersey. But bottom line, that's on that Sunday. We'll be watching the game. I think it's a Sunday night game, even better. And can't wait. Really winded down. But there's still so much to do. And Dylan doesn't even know where I'm going with this, I don't think. Do you, Dylan?
Not a clue.
But you can see our rut zones right here. It is growing beautifully. It's full of beans. The beans are being protected by the buckwheat. We have the tillage radish in here, and then peas. And the peas are vining up to try to get sun. That increases more volume. So some of the peas are actually taller than the buckwheat right now. But anyways, it's looking outstanding and beautiful and weed-free. But Dylan, if you pan over here at the redneck blind, tell me what you see.
Do some trimming there,
So that's one of our August deer chores, and that's the first is, believe it or not, we wait till August because we have so much planting to do. We have so much summer maintenance of our switchgrass, food plots in general, water holes, that when it comes to this time of year in August, it's really tree stand month time. And tree stands, blinds, we trim them out. And you can see right now with that sumac growth, we can't see our horizontal window, and that's what we use to shoot this entire food plot. So got to trim it. A lot of our stands need some trimming just a little bit. You know, this is the type of thing where we go to every stand location, we might spend 20 minutes to a half hour, at the very most. Half hour would be a long time. A great time to trim because our season doesn't open up till the middle of September. I want to get our trimming done at least 4 weeks outside of that window of your opener. Labor Day used to be my drop dead date when I was in Michigan because of the October 1st opener. I believe that deer really have a strong 3 to 4 week window of forgiveness, especially those mature bucks. When you're outside of that, they really forget. And they really forget because September is that whitetail shift time where deer are shifting their patterns from summer to fall. We have all this fall food coming up. We have that remainder of the field over there. Half of it is our big boost brassica. The other half is our fall power greens. So between those two, we have a lot of food coming in. The fall power greens are early to mid-season attraction level. And then the big boost brassica is that mid to late. This is right in the center of it all, November. We chose this instead of our corn this year. We had corn for 5 years and we put our rut zone in. And so we can't wait. This whole field to be green for the first time. And we have beans that are being protected here. Dylan, I don't know if you can pan down, if you're okay on focus right now, or we show this later, but we come down right here and you can see this buckwheat coming up right here, but then you see these bean plants. So these bean plants are coming in here, and these bean plants are scattered all throughout the plantings we have. This buckwheat acts as a nurse crop. They don't like eating the buckwheat as much as they do the beans right now. So these beans are coming up, we have the buckwheat, and then we have the peas that are scattered in here. The buckwheat helps protect the peas, but look at this right here. That's what I like about peas. That pea is vining around that buckwheat plant. So what that does is the pea will always be trying to grow up and get more sunlight. When it does, it vines. The buckwheat gives it a platform for it to vine on. The beans too, and we get that vining taking place, get that pea spreading out. So a little bit of pea goes a long ways, and then the buckwheat is there to protect the beans. You can see a lot of these areas down here. You have that buckwheat right here. You start to look at just below the buckwheat, and what do we have? We have beans covered up by the buckwheat. We have peas mixed in, and then, oh, by the way, we have tillage radish at a low rate, only about 20% total coverage of the field growing up to give us those massive tillage radishes that offer for November, early December, and then they love eating those radish greens and radishes, the earliest that a brassica actually attracts. And we're all set. Everything's growing. However, we get back into that plot back there and we already have some germination. Actually, Dylan, it makes me sick to even stand on this stuff. It looks so beautiful. I'm making a trail through here, smashing it down. But our brassica plant the brassica, and they're already germinating. We planted yesterday morning. We're already getting germination because we had 1.14 inches of rain last night for over about 4 hours. And then in the morning yesterday, we had about 0.44. So we've had 8 inches of rain in the last day. The soil was damp when we put it down, and we're already getting germination now. 3 to 4 weeks after germination, I'm going into our brassica side, and I'm adding about 75 pounds of urea per acre. Ends up 35 to 40 pounds of nitrogen per acre. So we're fertilizing to begin with, but then we're putting that nitrogen right on top of that growing. I do it when it's dry, and I do it when there's rain in the forecast. That urea goes right down into the brassica, soaks into the ground with that rain, and it's a giant boost to those 3 to 4 week old plants that at that time would be anywhere from 6 to 10 inches, and they immediately jumpstart, and that's what gives us full growth. And then on the other half, we have that early to mid-season and growing there. I'm really focusing on a short August, and that's what I want. We'll have some tree stand installs where we don't have a lot of shooting lanes to clear, and that'll be more late August. We have the big blinds and everything that we're clearing right now. We have the urea to add. We're adding our rye over our fall power green side, about 150 pounds per acre. That'll be in September. So that's part of our September deer chores. And the other big thing is shooting our bows. A lot of you asked for an update. I've been to the doctor multiple times on my shoulder, and I don't have any shoulder damage. I have a lot of pain right here, knotting, my bow arm gives away, and I have a lot of pain. I tried pulling the bow back for Dylan the other day. I don't know if you got that on video, Dylan.
Yeah.
It was.
Do I have permission to use that?
You can.
All right.
I was in so much pain that once I got the bow back, I almost dropped the bow. I did get a bullseye. Did you get that at least done?
Dylan? I don't think so.
Oh, come on,
yeah.
Dylan. The best part.
I know.
No, I was shaking horribly. It hurt so bad. I have an MRI coming up. I had a nerve study. So I have some nerve damage in here that relates to a neck injury, is the best they can figure out. A little bit of a neck vertebrae damage up here, and that's causing stiffness here, which affects all the way down your arm. Bottom line with all that, I keep shooting my bow, and it's a struggle. I currently have, I'll be setting my bow up instead of 63 pounds, which is what I've been shooting for hunting for many years. I'm probably going to get that closer to 50 pounds. I might even go to a full cut on impact broadhead instead of a hybrid. But bottom line is I'm going to drop my weight. And if you see me using a crossbow this year, nothing against crossbows, I just want to use my vertical bow. I will be desperate at that point. And that's literally the only way I can get out in the woods. And Dylan, you know that for a fact. I mean, I want to use, so I would rather, Jen's bow, I believe she's at like 46, 47 pounds. I will shoot her poundage for a bow as opposed to 63 pounds. Being stubborn, I could really care less. I want to use a vertical bow. I'll just shorten my shots, use cut and impact broadhead, and we'll go from there. It does take energy, even the hybrids we use, to open up blades. It takes a certain percentage of bow and kinetic energy to do that. That's why cut and impacts are better for pass-through, regardless of arrow weight and all that garbage. I don't get into that. But bottom line is, August is a big month for me, just experimentation with bow, getting a 50-pound bow, shooting at lower weight, make sure I have the highest draw length on there, or let off on there, and we'll go from there. But it is painful, and I'm trying to shoot through it. And I found some exercises online. People give me all this advice, but I have one where I actually point my thumb down, put it on a door jamb, and I go like this, and that stretches right here. Even when I do that, I can feel it stretching right now. But it's like this. I have another one where nerve-wise, they call it flossing. You're flossing your nerve. You're moving your hand back and forth to the neck. That's flossing the nerve that goes all the way up to your neck. I have another one where this arm's straight down. I go like this, 90-degree angle behind my back, and then you stretch your neck, and then you stretch your body, and you repeat that 5 times. The other one is 30 seconds. I have a little exercise routine, and it does help. So I've researched a lot online. There's some guy out of St. Joe, Michigan, that some Chiro and Spine Institute, that he has some incredible videos. I think he has 1.2 million followers for a reason. A lot of people thank him to death in the comments. I'm going to get it figured out. and that's August for me, is how can I make this work so I can go into Kentucky in September feeling fully confident shooting a bow, and we'll make it happen one way or another. And but bottom line is shooting a bow, clearing those shooting lanes, getting your on, maybe some last minute stand hangs. And other than that, when it gets into end of September and we go to Kentucky, we'll have our full arsenal of cameras for hunting season out in front of our stands, fully batteried up, ready to go. And I don't plan on touching them from that end of September timeframe till December at the earliest, and January. So we try to really set them up so that we're getting full battery, AA lithiums, solar where we can put them in. The bottom line is they're on my stand locations at that time, on mock scrapes, and we'll be set for the season with our trail cameras. So I hope you're getting a lot done this August. I hope you're shooting your bow, and I'm trying as hard as I can, and you can imagine we'll give you updates on that. But hope you can appreciate all the beauty out here. I love this, and I love the dead stuff back there, all that dead buckwheat, and already having germination coming in makes you feel pretty good as a food plotter, and the seeds are looking good. Our rut zone is doing as expected. I think some of you have heard me say this rut zone is a mixture from a Mike McFadden special recommendation back in the early 2000s. He was doing this. I tried it in my UP of Michigan property. They just ate it down to the dirt. I didn't have enough food plot acreage. We didn't have the complement of ag all around. We didn't have the other food plot space to this degree. Perfect for this mid-ag setting and, you know, average to large size food plots. And we added tillage radish to it because it's a great benefit during that heart of the season, and high expectations for this year going in. It's fun kind of bringing that from the past, a guy like Mike, real outstanding quality individual. So to bring that back and have, you know, being able to refer back to Mike, and that's why we call it our Rut Zone McGreens. Mick, as in referencing and paying respect to Mike McFadden from back in the day.